Welcome or welcome back to Journey to Peace with me. This is our first paycheck, full paycheck of 2020. So this is our January paycheck number 1 check-in. And this is me, and I'm going to stuff my cash wallet system. I have my wallet here. Many of you have asked what kind of wallet this is. This is the Louis Vuitton Zippy Organizer. I am in no way telling you that you need a Louis Vuitton wallet to get started with this system. I chose this wallet because I had 2 Michael Kors wallets and I had run through them, like tore them completely up because of all of the zipping and unzipping that I was doing, and my categories were a little bit too high, so the zipper was getting stuck. And Louis Vuitton will fix it, Michael Kors will not. And I justified it because the cost of this wallet was the same price as 2 Michael Kors, and if I can get this one fixed, it was worth the price for me. This is my sinking fund. This is where I save all of my money until I'm ready to deposit it into the bank, and then this goes into a safe inside of our house. And then this is the cash that I get from the bank, and this is how it comes out. All right, so you guys ready to get into this? Oh, and before we get into this, sorry, I want to tell all of my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, happy Founders Day tomorrow. J13's coming. All right, so let's get started. So if you're new here, welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen this before, why I have 2 envelopes is because I take out a certain amount from our joint account, and I take out $775 from that account, and then I take out $928 from my personal account because our money is divided up like that. I have my own personal account, my husband has his personal account, and then we have a joint account. So I take out $775 from the joint account and $928 from my personal account to account for the cash envelopes that we have. These categories do not account for all of my income for the month. They only account for the cash envelopes that I'm doing. So the other bills, such as my car payment, car insurance, or electricity, those kind of things, those are auto debited and they come out of the account, and they are, they're there. But these are the categories that I do solely for cash, and so this is where this comes from. All right, so we're about to go ahead and get started on stuffing these categories. So what I'm going to do is take the categories out, set them right here, and then we'll get started. So first up is restaurants. If you're new, we are a family of 5. I have myself, my husband, a 13-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an almost, well, nope, he's 5.5. I was gonna say almost 6, but no, he's 5.5. All right, so because of that, we budgeted $150 for restaurants. That is $100 for the family to eat out, and then $50 for me to eat out during work if I so choose to. But because this is Jotted Down January, that's our challenge. I jotted down the budget for you all so you all can see what's happening here. And I jotted down some numbers that go along with this budgeting journey if you're following Dave Ramsey. Okay, so Dave Ramsey says that your food should make up about 10 to 15% of your income. Based on my numbers that I have, food is making up about 8% of what I am personally giving, not accounting for what my husband's giving. So it's 8% for me, which means it's also, 8% for him. So we are going to give that 5 20s. Then we're going to give it 2 10s. Let's make sure that's right. No, 3 10s. 3 5s, and then 5 1s. All right, so that's going to sit right here in the back of my wallet. Now, typically how you want to do this is you will want to do your budget and all of your finances with your partner. You want your partner to be on board. My partner is somewhat on board. It's been a struggle to get him all the way there. I don't know, how much more, what else I need to do to get us there. But we are starting Financial Peace University together. So hopefully at the end of this, he will be completely on board. So date night. Date night is going to get $75. It is going to get $150, $120, and $15. Dave says that your recreation should make up between 5 to 10%. We are well within that range. Gas is going to get $175. That equates to 3.5 fill-ups for myself. So that's going to be 350s, 120, and 15. It was costing me about $50 every time I filled up. So that's the reason why this is budgeted for how it is. But that was when I was using premium gas. Since I have switched over to regular gas, it's costing me a little bit less than that. It's about $35, $40 every time I fill up. So the rest of it is going just into the car fund, and it's there for, maintenance, oil changes, fixes, car insurance. That's what that extra is making up for. All right, so this is going to go into here, and then I'll enter it into the bank account later. Groceries. Groceries accounts for $250 every pay period. Groceries is included in that food amount where I was telling you is 8%. So we're still good. So groceries is going to get $200 bills. I break this up per week. So each week is $125. So you'll see that I have 2 100s, 2 20s, and then 2 5s. And that sits like that. Once I start spending this money gets folded in half. So it'll sit like this inside of the wallet. You see it like that, folded, that, and it'll sit behind it. So this is the money that I'm spending right now. This is the money that is going for next week that shouldn't be spent. So then this goes in a wallet, and it sits like so. Next category up is miscellaneous. This is the money that's supposed to be spent only on me. Oh, how I wish that were the case. So miscellaneous gets 3 20s, 2 10s, 3 5s, and 5 1s. And I'm okay, as much as I gripe and groan about spending some of my money on my children. That's okay. I would rather do it this way than have to go into debt. So if I have to spend some of the money that's allocated for me on them, that's fine. So allowance, my oldest is going to get $20, and I'm going to go ahead and sit that right there. And then my daughter is going to get $10. She gets 1.5. My son gets the same amount. And then they each get 5 ones. So my youngest daughter sits in front of the oldest girl, and then my son sits in the back. So that goes in like that, and it sits back here. So my children understand at this point that 10% goes toward saving, 10% goes toward the church. They typically save more than 10%, and that's really only because I really make them. I make them save more money because if they wanted to, like if I let them, they would spend all of their money. They would save absolutely nothing. So I kind of force them into saving. And for them, I went ahead and opened up a children's brokerage account so that I could put their savings into there so it could earn some money. They can't touch it until they're 21. It's not a whole lot. It's just whatever they save throughout the year that goes into that account. Yes. All right, so that's it for all of the dividers that I have. So next up in my wallet is going to be aftercare for my children. They go to my mom after school. She picks them up. She cares for them until I'm off of work. And she doesn't charge me anything, but we just give her $150 every 2 weeks. That accounts for $300 for the month. And then next up is my phone bill money. My sister and I are on a shared cell phone plan. It's really actually only $100 a month, but I budget $80 every pay period because that extra $30 is end up going to the kids sometime, most times. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the wallet right here. Then we have my tithe. My tithe accounts for $200, and tithe is supposed to be 10% of your income. I do 10% on the net, my take home, and not 10% on the gross. Let's see, tithe, phone. Okay, so that's it that goes inside of my wallet. So next up is going to be my sinking fund categories. All right, so for my sinking fund, the first thing I'm gonna do is put $50 for my big girls, $50 for my oldest and her aftercare, and so that's gonna sit there. And then I'm going to put $100 into my savings. Your savings should also be 10%. Right now, I'm running at about 15% on my savings because of my sinking funds, as well as the amount that's going into my account, and then this savings. So the total of my sinking funds plus the $71.29 that goes into my savings account every pay period is totaling about 15%. And then I have $100 that's going to go into vacation. So I save $100 for vacation every pay period. Next up is going to be gymnastics for my baby girl. She's going to get, this is different because she was getting $110 every pay period, but because we finally encouraged her, or got her, or she said she didn't want to do tumbling anymore, so we gotten that bill down. So now we're only putting in $65 every 2 weeks for her regular gymnastics accounts. That's going to be $150, $110, and $15. So I'm going to put this here into her gymnastics. I fold it because I save her money from allowance in the same divider tab here. So what's in front is gymnastics, what's in back is her savings. So because we were able to save on some of the gymnastics money, we are now able to save without having to adjust the budget any for Big Girl's computer for high school. So the computer for high school is going to get $45 every pay period. So that's going to get 2 20s and 1 5. And so this is there, and by the time we get to August, right before school starts, she should have a little over $600 to go toward a laptop. So that's going to sit right here in the sinking fund. And then now it's just a matter of dividing the rest of the money up so that I can put it into the other categories. So every category other than the personal category is going to get $17. The personal is going to get $21. All right, so here are my categories here. If you haven't or you can't see this, I'll link a video up in here in the card somewhere with how much goes into each category and the names of them, and so you can see it fully. But 21 is going to go into my personal. I'm just going to sit that there. And then we're going to get 17 going into doctor, 17 going into home repair, 17 going into school, skip vacation because we already put $100 there, 17 going into car, 17 going into Christmas, and 17 going into birthday. All right, so because we have started 2 new challenges, you won't see the first one. The first one is going to be in an online bank account, so I'll just have to tell you what the balance is, or maybe I can pull it out. But my paycheck right now is $26, $20, $25 every 2 weeks, and we're talking about the last 3 digits. Because the last 3 digits of my paycheck are 0 to 5, I shifted over to the 4th digit, which is 2. So I'm putting in $2.25 every pay period. You know what? Let me just go ahead and do it now. I'll just hold on. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do, if you see here, I went ahead and got my 5s and 1s challenge money. So now, even though it has my challenge money already, I'm gonna go ahead and put my savings here in the back category. I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm supposed to put in $2.25. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out $2 now. 2.25. I'll just go ahead and do that now. And then also we are doing our $5 incremental challenge, and so that's going to be a different category. So I'm going to go ahead and put another $5. If you can give me a second, because I know what I'm doing. So I played the lottery last week. That's what I was supposed to be doing. I played the lottery last week, the little scratch off cards, and I earned some money. And so what I decided that I was going to do is I was going to put that money toward this challenge. So I actually won $100 in that challenge. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 here from off the lottery. And so my 5s and 1s challenge means I start week 1 at $5, and at week 26, I'm putting in $135. So that means by doing the lottery system, I'm crossing off that week that I would have to put in $100. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in now. And this is going to sit all the way in the back. So this is for this pay period. I put in $100 now toward that $5 incremental challenge. All right, so that is it for today's Stuffing Sunday. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all were able to learn something from it. If I can tell you what the other percentages are, just give me 1 second. So Dave says that we are supposed to be putting in 10% towards your giving. That's your tithe, or just giving if you don't believe in God, and tithing. 10% toward saving, 10 to 15% is supposed to go toward food, 5 to 10% toward utilities, 25% toward housing, 10% towards transportation, 5 to 10% toward health, 10 to 25% toward insurance, 5 to 10% regarding recreation, 5 to 10% toward personal spending, and 5 to 10% toward miscellaneous. So today, this is jotted down January. Go ahead and jot down your budget. See if you're within these numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and insert like a screenshot here so you can actually see the numbers instead of just listening to it, in case I was speaking too quickly for you, and then you can pause the video and see if your numbers are aligned with this Dave plan. And so because I'm taking Financial Peace University, and I know that a lot of my subscribers are not there yet where we can afford to do Financial Peace University, because I've been on this journey since 2016, and this is the first year that I can afford to take the class, and I'm doing it online. I will be providing little tidbits of information in each of my videos from a lesson that was shared. And if you have questions specific to a particular lesson that we're on, go ahead and ask them, and I will try my best to answer the questions in the most Dave-like fashion that I can, or point you to a resource for that. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up because it really does help. Go ahead and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Like I said, in one of my 2020 goals is that I'm trying to get to at least $100 a month. So subscriber count and viewership really does help. And as always, until next time, journey on. See you in the next